There's no place like home. There's no place like... Annie, I'm home!
Of course you are, dear.
Hey, miss. Remember me? Your old pal, Tim?
And you couldn't have forgotten me, Aaron?
And you couldn't forget a face like mine, could ya?
I had the most awful dream. I dreamt we were in this awful hotel, and they hated me and my friends. Well, some of it was wonderful, but most of it wasn't very nice at all. But it was real. It was a real place. It was run by little people, almost as short as you, Auntie Em. I can't figure out why they're still in business.
That's nice.
Oh, see, Ishmael's finally coming around.
Oh, what is he doing here? You have to believe me. It was awful. But at least my friends were there. You were there. And you. And you. And even you.
Was I there too?
No.
Get some rest, dear.
But Annie,
Are you sure I wasn't there?
Positive?
All right, everybody, now clear out. Ishmael needs her rest.
Doesn't anybody believe me?
Of course we believe you.
Fine. If you've all blanked it from your minds, that's just fine and dandy. But I remember, and in the future, if we ever again have to choose between changing the dates or changing hotels, we'll just change the date. Because, oh, Annie Em, there's no place like home.
All right, let's see. Made fun of Jeremy, check. Made fun of that hotel, check. Pointed out that Wendy is still short, check. Yeah, I guess we covered everything. Time to move on. Hi, welcome back. Well, one time is an oddity, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a tradition. So we'd like to thank all of you for officially making CONvergence your tradition.
Peter Mayhew is a true delight. He's fun, he's witty, he has a dog named Oscar. He also collects hats because he needs to seem taller than he really is. He's played in Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger and some furry character. Please take the time to chat with him. You will never be sorry. Peter Mayhew.
Michael, coming into The Empire Strikes Back, you must have known what kind of a phenomenon Star Wars was, but I'm kind of wondering, Peter, did you guys have any idea when you were filming Star Wars that it would become Star Wars?
That low-budget movie by 20th Century Fox that made a little bit of money?
No way. My agent said there's a part in it that just fits in. It's a sequel. Sequels are never as good as the originals. But it's that film, you know, it's doing quite well. That film that they made a couple of years ago called Star something. Burst, I think it was. Starburst.
Wow. I told you at the beginning that I was a man of few words. So I will keep this short. Because I'm knackered. I've been saying ever since I arrived Words like fabulous, how can you do it in 3 years, etc., etc., etc. These lovely people have got one of the most fabulous conventions I have ever attended.
Well, you know how I am about snakes. This looks just like a segment of the key of time. I better keep this safe. That is an important artifact that belongs to the museum. It belongs to the museum. That's all right. That's with everything. It belongs to the museum. I offered you a jelly baby once, and you said it belongs. Have you ever eaten one of those things? Every major artifact in the known universe is now a nondescript packing crate at some undisclosed government facility. This is the last place the Daleks would ever look. No, that seems to be on Earth. It's some sort of gathering of science fiction. Local neighborhood get questioned for expository information. Oh my God! That has got to be the greatest 70-bit Doctor costume I've ever seen. Do you have a pattern or something? I'd love to make one of my own. I really don't have the time. Oh, time? Oh, are you going to the art show? I can watch it. No, my friend and I. Oh, you're not? Oh, my God. It's been a long time. That's the greatest Indiana Jones costume I've ever seen. Do you like my Mary costume? No. Now let's make it for me.
You know, I'm often asked, what is the attraction of conventions? And apart from the fact that I enjoy them very much, and I love meeting people, this is going to sound pompous, and it's not meant to, I assure you, but it does. Conventions also afford me an opportunity to say thank you to a representation of the lovely people who have been kind enough to write to me over the years and say how much they've enjoyed my work.
What is this pin on your lapel up here? What's on that?
A bloody dog.
A bloody dog. You aren't terribly fond of the bloody dog, are you? This beloved, robotic Doctor Who companion. Not a favorite of yours?
Not a... I'm going to use the microphone. No, the dog is not a particular favorite of mine.
Yeah,
If it was here now, I would jump on it and smash it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't preempt. I had no idea. Okay?
But you're a very good guesser.
Right, now then, Master Perrin, I've got words with you later. You take this. Mr. Christopher, will you hold my hand whilst I jump? Thank you.
Sir, this is a good one. He wants to...
I will jump. Sit down. 3, 2, 1. Right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
souvenirs for charity after the closing ceremony finishes.
Wow. No, in the event of a tie between the two of us, I smack him in the face and
And you win. Yes, we are going to start. Why don't we start off at the end? Tim Uren, would you like to offer your opinion as to who would win in a battle between He-Man and the Invisible Girl?
Yes, I would.
Why?
I feel Invisible Girl has this one, because when you look in their hearts, Invisible Girl in her heart has the passion of Submariner in there. He-Man's got Cringer.
Captain America versus Swamp Thing. Now, Mr. Uren, would you care to offer your opinion on that?
This is a powerful metaphor of America versus nature. And while nature, of course, could, tremendous power, could crush America, it doesn't. Probably should.
Because America hates nature.
Yes. Captain America will crush Swamp Thing.
So that's a good argument. I never thought of it in the socio-political terms.
That changes everything. You make it sound like a Grant Morrison story. All right. Whereas, since Captain America is the embodiment of America, he would have two essential things. Agent Orange.
And no health insurance.
Fandom, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the science fiction convention CONvergence. Its ongoing mission to welcome strange new fans, to explore science fiction in all its forms, to boldly go where no con has gone before.
You expect me to talk? You think you're the first one to try?
I don't care if it's the truth or a bold-faced lie. I don't expect you to talk. I expect you to die.
My contact is dead and my room is a wreck. It appears someone choked her with oobleck.
You see, Mr. Bond, you're in for a drubbing from my hat-wielding henchman, Bartholomew Cubbins.
Now, Academy might
surely you can. How goes on the parts of my nefarious plot to take over the world?
James Bond has pursuit of this, I am sure. He will be here in just a few minutes, or more.
I've told you a dozen or more times, Yuka. I am sick of those rhymes, so stop them.
Yes, sir.
This sketch is PG, so I must say, oh crap. It appears I've fallen into a diabolical trap.
Yes, Mr. Bond, your instincts are true, and I've prepared a little surprise you won't like. A couple of henchmen with tricks that are new. Their names are quite simply Thing One and Thing the Second.
When we are both done, James Bond will be dead!
No more rhymes now. I mean it.
Anybody want a peanut?
You know, last year we were doing the opening ceremony sketch, and somebody, I don't know who it was, I really don't because it was dark, the phone rang in the middle of the opening ceremony sketch. Anybody remember that? Yes. And you remember how they answered it? Yes. And talked? Yes. Didn't that suck? Yes. Just checking. Okay.
Now, for those of you that have been at previous Convergence SmackDown, the Starship SmackDown, Superhero SmackDown, you know how this goes. 16 aliens enter. One alien rules the Earth. That we are going to start with the alien.
And work.
I believe deep in my heart that the alien thing that came out of John Hurt's body was Robin Williams.
As we live in the year 3007, we enjoy a world free of hunger, war, and famine. The world's population lives together in harmony, regardless of race, religion, sexual preference, cyber enhancement level, or even Kirk versus Picard preference. For many, the only disease that can be remembered in history was the plague that caused everyone to look like Perrin, which was thankfully cured by 2537. As recently as the 21st century, our ancestors knew a reality that included disease, famine, and even the oppression of geeks as a supposedly inferior social class. How did such barbaric times evolve into the utopia we enjoy today? Every child in school knows that the model for today's society was a revolutionary entity known as convergence. The legacy of convergence is everywhere in our modern world. But what was the convergence of old? How did it begin? And how did its principles take hold and spread around the world? How did we find ourselves on the path to Earth-vergence? In the next few minutes, we will examine how a convergence of creative minds and dreamers from among our ancestors created the model for what would eventually become the utopia we enjoy today. It is believed that convergence was founded by Professor Maxwell Misfiddle, an inventor and in the mold of Howard Hughes. Using pre-con monetary standards, Misfiddle was considered a billionaire. After the world economy shifted to volunteer hours, the Misfiddle fortune was valued at more than 400 million t-shirts, more than enough capital to fund his convergence initiative. Most sources indicate the convergence began sometime in the 20th century, but at least one indication has been found that convergence may have played a role in the American Revolution. Said one historian, "They were here, and they helped. We don't know the specifics of what role they played in this battle for American independence. Historians who support the theory of a convergence role in the American Revolution point to this as a possible explanation for why the convention was held on or near July 4th weekend, to commemorate its role in American independence. Convergence next finds mention in history during the time known as the War Between the Cons. Even less is known of this era, although it is believed that this conflict was resolved with the help of a Lincoln. This is not to be confused with the Civil War, which we know was fought along ideological lines by forces led by Captain America and Iron Man. We know slightly more about CONvergence as the convention entered the 21st century. During this time, the convention was held in St. Paul, Minnesota, where it stayed for many years and were thought by many to be the best years of the era of the convention. What was CONvergence of this era like? With a world population in the billions, CONvergence attendance was merely in the thousands. This CONvergence was not just a smaller version of the Earth-vergence we know today. There were a multitude of differences. For example, Connie's Space Lounge was not even located in space. In fact, there was a time when all of CONvergence was housed in a single building. Hard to believe.
Flying rocks! Let's go! Welcome to CONvergence 2008.
Ladies and gentlemen, Salvatore Hartman! Now, all the way from Charlotte, we brought her up just because she plays Dragon Con every year, and we said we have a better con. So we brought her up. Please welcome DJ Spider to the deck.